So this person sent this in because the Xbox is making a horrible noise, and it's also been sent in for a clean. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it on for the first time. I've not turned it on yet, so let's see. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Does this drive work? Okay, drive works absolutely fine. So it's either going to be the fan or a failing hard drive. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it apart and then get this fixed. And it does boot as well. Like so. See, it's a bit rusty there. And we're going to pry the feet off. It'll be as delicate as possible, but if I do damage these feet or they aren't in best condition, I might just replace them with new ones. Just got to expose this because the screws are underneath. Right. So now I'm going to start removing the screws. Some are going to be wedged in tight because they've never been moved. I can hear them. So, looking at internal plating, it looks fine. See nothing at the top, but this is where I'm going to start the diagnosing. So, I'm going to plug it in again and turn it on. And I'm going to see if I can hear it coming from the hard drive. That is interesting. So now we're going to take the rest of it apart. So we've got 3 screws here. We've got one down here. So we'll take that out just now. One there. Here. They come out. This one come out really easy. So we've also got one down here. Okay. So now we've got that sorted. I'm going to disconnect the hard drive, just because I'm going to use it still screwed in just now. So I'm going to start disconnecting it. There we go. Wiggled out. Sorted. So technically this can be lifted out now. And the hard drive should just come out easily. To take the cable out. That is the hard drive out. Disconnect the hard drive here. Pulling that out. There is a cable still attached to the hard drive, but I'll get that down. I will disconnect it here. Okay, so that's that disconnected there. So, looking at what we've got here. Look at the clock capacitor, seeing what I can. I'm going to take this out anyway as well. We want everything out that can be detached. Take out, but what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to turn this on just to see how this fan runs. So that fan is making a bit of noise and I'm not happy about that, so I'm going to replace it with a better fan. But we're going to take it out anyway. So I'm going to disconnect this quickly, but disconnected. Let's take the rest of the screws out. So there's screws all over the board. Okay, so now that I've done that, I should be able to just lift it out. As easy as that. Motherboard out. Casing just needs a good clean as well. Right. So we've got the board here. Let's take a good look at it. Looks fine, to be fair. There's not really any signs of damage. Just needs a good clean, to be honest. Capacitors look absolutely fine. The person that paid for the cleaning service didn't pay for the repaste of the CPU, but I did that anyway. So now I'm just going around the board. I'm going to start cleaning it up. Just lightly brushing over the components with some 99% rubbing alcohol, just to make the board a bit cleaner. Does it really do anything for the console? Probably not, but I prefer to do it this because I'd like to have everyone to have as clean a console as possible, so it feels like I've got a brand new console when they get it back to them. Good as new. Right, so look at the connectors. I like to look at these just to make sure there's no damage to them and they're fine. Yep, that's fine. That is also fine. Just a wee bit dusty. I can use a brush a wee bit just make sure clean that correctly. Okay. Right, let's move on to the next one. This is the new fan that we're going to be putting in. It's going to be replacing this one. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to clip it in just now. It is slightly a different shape, but it will fit. So I'm pushing down, make sure I pull clips out. Pull clips out. While you're pushing down. Apologies, I need to turn it around, I can't see. So there we go. Flush there. Connector is fine here. I had a wee looking clean of the power supply earlier, so I'm just going to put that back in, like so. So that is the power supply and the fan back in. We did the motherboard earlier, so the motherboard can go back in now as well. So just gotta lift that up, like so. Make sure all the cables and stuff underneath it are actually out from underneath the motherboard before you push down. You do not want to be pushing the motherboard down on top of cables and snap them and then you have to replace them, because then that is just more work. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to screw the motherboard back in. I'm just going to connect all the ports too, because I need to connect them anyway. That's what I'm doing. Now I've got that then plugged in, I'm going to take this away so it doesn't short anything. We just want to hear the fan, that's all in scenic strip boots, okay? So that's the fan on just now. I'm going to turn it off and back on again. Slow down, can you hear it? So the fan was the issue. So now we've replaced the fan, we've fixed it for him. So now we know the fan was the issue and it's fixed. And the console has been cleaned internally. I did it off camera, but I did clean the disk drive out and stuff, and I cleaned the laser on the disk drive. I know there was no issue with it, but I did that off camera. Just because I wanted to be quick about it. And it wasn't really part of the initial thing, because they didn't want the thing cleaned, because they said it would take more time, but I thought I'd just take a wee bit extra time to get it done for them. Better to have it than not have it, you know? Because like I said, I want them to have the console back. It's like if it was a brand new console. So it needs to be in perfectly. There we go. And I'm going to bring this around the front here, over the top. And I like to do this, keep that under there, and then slide that back under. Just like that. And then you just shove the cables back up the inside of this. And then we have the console as if it had not been opened. Just like that. Also give the lid a clean off camera, but it was just more about getting the console working again, because the fan was annoying them and it was overheating. So we're going to make sure the thing boots up. So let's go down that route of testing it. We test it works. What we did to the console, we gave it a good deep clean. The guy didn't want it to be pasted because he said he just didn't want it, but I did that anyway as a freebie because we like to do that here. And we're going to test if it works because we replaced the fan as well. And now it's absolutely silent. The console is absolutely silent.